All right, finally in this lesson, we're going to get into the study of fractions. This is some of the text from your book, and it says the study of arithmetic begins with a set of whole numbers, 0 and so on. But we need to be able to use fractional parts of numbers such as halves, thirds, fourths, and so on. Here's an example. The tread depth of an IRL Indy car series tire is 3/32 inches. Tires for a normal car have a tread depth of 10/32 when they're new, and they are considered bald at 2/32 of an inch. So that little statement is about tread depth in cars, and that could not be expressed without the use of the numbers called fractions. All right, numbers like those are written in fraction notation. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. Just remember, down starts with D, denominator starts with D. So the down number is the denominator. That's silly, but it helps people remember. So this activity is going to be, I hope you think it will be very, very simple, because all we're going to do is identify the numerator and the denominator of a fractional part. So 3/10 is 3 parts out of 10 parts. The numerator is 3, the denominator is 10. The next fraction, by the way, this happens to be called an improper fraction because the numerator is larger than the denominator. The numerator is the number 23, the denominator is 8. It does not ask, but it is improper. Number 3, the numerator is 8, the denominator is 9. That's all there is to those. Now it asks you to use a fraction to represent the shaded region. All right, the first thing you have to do is see how many parts the whole is divided into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The whole is divided into 9 parts, so that's the denominator. How many are shaded? 8 of them are shaded. So this is represented by the fraction 8/9. Over in your tool palette in my math lab, you will see a button that will look a little bit like this. That's what you use. You can use tab or the arrow keys to move from the numerator to the denominator or to get out of the fraction completely. All right. What part of the object is shaded? Each large rectangle is considered to be one whole object with each smaller rectangle as a part of it. So when you're deciding on the denominator, it is how many pieces is each whole divided into. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each of these wholes is divided into 6 equal parts. How many of those of 6 are shaded? And there's 1, 2, 3. So this is the fraction 3/6. Do not simplify. In other words, don't reduce yet. I know that many of you already know how to reduce, but we're not doing that just yet. All right, last one. Type of fraction to represent the shaded part. Well, how many parts is this whole rectangle divided into? It's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 parts. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is represented by the fraction 5/12. The one that was a little different that you really need to focus on for its difference is this problem number 5. There are not, some people would say, no, there were 18 parts. There weren't. A whole is one of these distinct rectangles, and a whole is divided into 6 pieces. And 3 out of all of these were shaded. So that is something that you need to pay attention to, is that you just say how many pieces is one whole broken into. Okay, take care of this lesson. It should not take long.